Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, we're back into the Gimle tournament, and today we should check out the losers bracket again with the Helvetia by Cursed Crocs, which is going to meet the Gem-Crested Starfall. And both of them has been doing pretty well in the losers bracket indeed, but now has come the time for them. One of them will not be continuing this little tournament. No, one of them will be eliminated permanently in this double elimination tournament. The predicted chance. Look at this. This is pretty funny. We have for versus these. You know, if the Helvetia wins, it might well meet the UCS Sanctuary. Or will it? Any case, whatever. We have some survival chances listed here, which is it's a pretty fun little detail. This thing happens to be named after some Swiss mountain, the Cursed Crocs, and has named the Helvetia that. And inside of here, I think maybe it's my internet's that slow. Whatever. There are here comes one of them. So we have basically beautiful images of the mountains here. So obviously it looks like a Swiss Army knife. We have 2.2 million blocks. I mean, not million blocks. We have 2. Oh shit! This now costs 2.4 million materials after the update to the game, which changed some components cost. Well, whatever. It's still valid. It has 2,000 firepower, and most of that is APS, and the entire thing got more expensive because APS got more expensive, or so it seems. But the recoil absorbers basically got more efficient, so it probably has too much recoil absorption now. In any case, it has a tiny bit of cram as well as backup, and we have a hollow point, so it basically defaces the enemy, and then we have some penetrations and some other stuff. We have a nice mix of shells. And it's not fighting the way it should fight, it's fighting like this in a broad sense. Then we have the Gem-Crested Starfall by someone. 2 million materials, we have 1,000 firepower, so much less, based on APS as well. We have crams, we have lasers. Yeah, and it's been doing a pretty good job previously. It is basically a one-sider like the Gimle class. So let's get these ships into battle and see which of them is gonna be more powerful, because I have no idea which of them is the better ship. The Gem-Crested Starfall is pretty maneuverable, which is its advantage during this battle. And well, the Helvetia, obviously it has basically more than double the firepower, so that's obviously its advantage. And here we are into the battle. We jump straight into the action, and the Helvetia is pounding its volleys of APS. Look at that. We have crams coming in, we have stuff coming in. Helvetia has predictably gained the upper hand in the early stages of the combat. It seems that these hollow points, man, they dig pretty deep, my ladies and gentlemen. They dig pretty deep indeed. And if you have a specific matchup, by the way, which didn't get matched up in the tournament, but you would like to see it, you can suggest it to me on r/GMODISM, our subreddit, and I can do a little battle, an extra battle outside the tournament on the GMODIST channel, or maybe even on the main channel. But in any case, we can do that if you have some ships you would really like to see meet each other. Wow, the Helvetia has definitely gotten the upper hand in this battle. Look at that. It's pretty spacious, so it takes some time to dig through and hurt the internal components here. But nevertheless, it's been grinded down to 96%, but the Gem-Crested Starfall, she is at 88%. Wow, these hull points are pretty crazy. Looks like we're gonna have a bisection event here, basically. Look at that. But I do wonder if the Gem-Crested Starfall manages to kind of turn outside the Helvetia's field of fire. Things may change pretty quickly. Because it seems that it's not quite able to keep up with the angle. It's getting acuter and acuter. Only 1 minute into the battle, the amount of damage that the Helvetia has managed to deal during this time is quite impressive. Ooh. Helvetia has some CWIS capable cannons too. As you could see, it shot down that cram cannon. Cram mortars, however, they get through. Yeah, angle is increasing here. We are not dead on anymore. Getting to the side, and the Helvetia basically loses the ability to deal damage. Also will lose the ability to shoot down the incoming crams. And we got cram mortars raining from the sky as well, and of course they deal their damage as well. The Gem-Crested Starfall is not playing around, and having good maneuverability can always be more like having more maneuverability is more important than having firepower if you're able to outmaneuver the enemy's firepower. Otherwise, it's usually the highest firepower that usually shows which battleship is the strongest, but not when you can outmaneuver it. And using fixed gun like this provide you some vulnerabilities against stuff like this, of course. Yeah, we are basically to the side here, and when the Gem-Crested Starfall manages to get behind the Helvetia, man, then we are definitely going to see if it can make short work of it. It's only been 2 minutes into the battle, and as you can see, the Gem-Crested Starfall has almost turned the tables. Helvetia is at 87% now, whereas the Gem-Crested Starfall is basically left at 83. I don't really know if these crams are really scary or if they're mostly there to be decoys. Oh no. It's impossible to lock onto shells when you have sandblasters in the game or anything like that. Can't be anything in this direction at least. Let's follow this shell and see if we have anything inside here. By the way, game speed is like quarter speed. Yeah, this is definitely just teasers. That shell at least. These are just hollow points. It's like tiny hollow points. The Gem-Crested Starfall has gotten the upper hand now. And we are just sneaking up behind the Helvetia. Obviously, as always, this is best of 3, double elimination in the tournament. So both the Helvetia and the Gem-Crested Starfall has lost a battle before. And if any of them loses this battle, and one of them will lose this battle, these three battles, one of them will come out as the victor, and the loser will be permanently removed from this tournament. So if you want to see a loser from the losers bracket ever again, you have to especially request some battles on r/GMODISM, and we can do that. Oh man, look at this. I guess the Helvetia with its immense firepower can get pretty lucky and manage to basically take out the Gem-Crested Starfall's maneuverability or firepower in the early first minute of the battle, and that way it could survive. But when it's being outmaneuvered like this, I think it has 0 to maybe, let's calculate its survival chance, 5%? 5%? I think it's gonna be grinded down here. You can see it's trying to turn to keep up with the Gem-Crested Starfall, but it just is not able to. And it's sneaking up. We are basically staying behind the Helvetia. So its firepower are... yeah. It can't use it. Can't use its firepower. And the blocks are flying off the shelf like... I don't know. Feastables 3 years ago. It's at 70% just. Why are the lasers... okay, it's cool that lasers on the Gem-Crested Starfall is still alive, but... man. Why are they shooting underwater? Helvetia has entered the funny number, 69%. It's not having a good time. It's not having a good time. Being sneaked up on behind like that and just pounded with lead. Not fun times. It doesn't look like fun times. Yeah, the Gem-Crested Starfall, 82%. Just somehow the civs / damage weapon from the Helvetia has managed to deal some damage to it, but of course it's not gonna be any real damage. 66%. We are entering despawn territory in some 10%-ish. If you're in the ecclesiarchy of GMODISM, I will just say big thanks for the monthly support. And if you want to get early access to videos, basically watch these battles and other videos before anyone else a few weeks in advance, well, then you can click join on the channel and you will be a member of the ecclesiarchy of the GMODISM Empire. Isn't that nifty? Together with some other perks, of course, on the higher tiers. 61%. I mean, if it was a little bit quicker and got onto the other side of the Helvetia, then I think the Helvetia would have a better chance. But it's just slow enough to stay behind it for so long that it can be grinded down. I don't think the Helvetia will be able to show its front side again during this round. We have entered into the 50s and we are quickly ticking down. Looks like we're having a pretty good time over here though. 82%. Oh my. Helvetia is like 1% from despawning. It's so close at firing again. Will it get in? Oh yeah, it will actually. Yeah, it actually got the chance to show its front side again, firing some revenge shots for the fun of it, I guess. But it's despawning right now, so we're gonna go to the next round. GG. Second round. Here we go. Oh, there it is, right. And the first couple of shots, man. Bam, look at this hollow point. That volley of hollow point missed. The first couple of volleys is gonna decide so much for the Helvetia. It's gonna have a good couple of rounds more until it probably will be able to get behind it. But if it manages to shoot at the propulsion, like we can see many of these hydrofoilers are hurt out of the action. Or if it can manage to deal enough damage to the firepower so that the Gem-Crested Starfall is not able to deal as much damage, it has a good winning chance. The firepower on the Helvetia is pretty insane. And hollow point, well set up hollow point like the Helvetia uses, is pretty hard to defend against. Or, I mean, you can defend against it the same way you will defend against plasma, by having many disposable thin layers of armor which are separated by a pure, real air gap. Not some fake ass air gap, like a real air gap. And if you want to know how to do that, I have tutorials and specific tutorials to make in the future as well. We are getting outside the field of fire. Wow, okay. Helvetia managed to deal a lot less damage this time. And I think we're gonna regret that very soon. Poor thing. What can we say? By the way, I will now say this video is sponsored by me, the GMODISM channel, my second channel. You should be subscribed to that too, by the way, because we have more from the depth content over there. We actually have some series which we only run on the GMODISM channel. So if you're not tuned into that, you should definitely check it out, because you might be missing out some from the depth content that you would enjoy. Like, for example, me building on my units that I will use in the Netter campaign, when we get to that. Yeah, I don't know if we already should say congratulations to someone. Someone won this battle. Okay, who was it? Well, it was someone. Never gets old. GMODISM, it gets old. It gets old. You've said it. Every battle, it's already old. Anyways, maybe we should say congratulations to someone, because the Helvetia is down to 84%, and Cursed Crocs have certainly put together a quite amazing meme design. I'm wondering how a pair of Cursed Crocs would look like, by the way. Would look like. I can't speak anymore, which is not good news. Well, the Gem-Crested Starfall, she is at 93%, and the Helvetia is at 83%. And that's usually an indication of who is going to win. But now we also have the case that the Gem-Crested Starfall has snuck up behind Helvetia. Poor thing, she is being very, very sad. Health is dropping down quickly, and she can't do anything about it. These sandblasters, man. Nice they have different, like, aiming positions as well. It's like so many firing pieces, so many turrets. And the robots be dancing. (93 versus 74). But now something really strange happened. What the hell? The Gem-Crested Starfall stopped firing? What the hell? Did the secondary guns somehow shoot out something? No? Oh no! The Gem-Crested Starfall manages to shoot out the AI of the Helvetia. So it is now despawning because its AI dead. Well, congratulations someone. I'm not gonna tell you any more than that, we just say to someone. The Gem-Crested Starfall, she'll live to fight another day. Helvetia, on the other hand, sadly is eliminated from the tournament and will not be seen ever again unless you request a specific battle featuring the Helvetia with some other design it didn't have chance to meet in the subreddit. It's the easiest place. Anyways, GG was quite exciting to see. I actually thought that the Helvetia would win at first, but she didn't. For the third battle, I had the amazing idea of spawning them a lot closer and just see what happens if we get some weird carnage going on. Look at those. Wow, the Gem-Crested Starfall, she is truly a beauty, so maneuverable, so fast. What's the top speed on this thing anyways? It's like 67 meters per second, it looks faster. Fast enough though. Look at this broadside situation. This is like this is like Age of Sail's broadsiding ranges. Ooh, someone thought we got a little bit too close and feels like escaping. I would too, honestly. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to sit in front of this thing. Oh my. It's fun with all these mountains that the mountain gallery inside the Helvetia is quite awesome actually. But it's pretty insane with all of those mountains. Like I didn't know this before, but like of course I wouldn't do some extreme sport thing like that, but like some people like to go up mountains, and Mount Everest is such a mountain. Because it's very, very tall and very, very famous. But in any case, like, did you know that Mount Everest is basically covered in dead bodies? Because a lot of people die up there, and it's just too dangerous, so nobody's gonna get them back. They will just be there. Yeah, it's kind of scary, and it kind of tells you the tale that going up Mount Everest is probably a bad idea, because a lot of people who thought they could do that, that were prepared, had the gear and training and everything, well, they thought wrong and they died. So yeah, not that I considered going up Mount Everest before, but if I did, I wouldn't be considering that anymore. It's crazy. One would imagine that, like, couldn't they just take some helicopter there and get the bodies home, you know, for some funeral or something? Would be nice, but no, you can't fly up there. It's too dangerous. It's too high. And who would pay for that? So, fun fact, which isn't very fun, actually. It's pretty terrifying. But now you know. You're welcome. I don't know if you wanted to know that, but now you do. In any case, spawning these ships close didn't really change much at all, actually, so... well, what can we say? The battle has the same trajectory as before, basically. Big thanks for watching. I just want to say big thanks to all of the commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM. Commodore, the all-around gamer, Commanders Ali Benvilke, Cameron Dixon, Sven van der Velde, Lieutenants Anto Cravey, Daniel Saikin, JD Visage, Josef Ishovsky, Owen, Vincent Veritas, Volkite, and Scooberox, and anyone else that might have joined during this time. Well, big thanks for watching. This is your host Eric of GMODISM signing out, and I'll say click on the GMODISM channel and get in on some extra from the depth content. This is your host, signing out.